Namaste. Welcome, I'm Cathy Woods, and today I'm going to lead you in some yoga. But before I do, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about who I am and what we'll be doing today. So I'm a yoga teacher, yogini, which means a woman dedicated to yoga tradition and yoga practice. In addition to teaching yoga, I lead retreats at various venues around the country. And I teach here in the Smoky Mountains where I reside. And I'm also the creator of a program called Body, Mind, Equine, which is a yoga and horsemanship program. So I love my job. Even after 27 years of teaching yoga, it is a really good job to have because it never feels like a job. I get to share a practice that I love, that I enjoy, that I use on and off the mat in my own life. And I'm happy to be here and share that practice with you all today. So just a few things about yoga. I always like to remind people it's not about flexibility. It's not about athletic ability. It's not about competition. It is about awareness. It's an opportunity to become aware of ourselves, body, mind, and spirit. By spending very integrated time with ourselves here on the mat, the idea is then we carry that more heightened and integrated awareness with us out into our daily lives. That is more what the true roots of yoga are about versus just the athletics. So I like to interweave a mindfulness, a meditative awareness, breathing awareness, body awareness, present moment awareness into the practice. So today I'll be doing a fairly short but effective yoga practice. And I always tell students, practice doesn't necessarily have to be long or intense to be effective. It is the mindfulness that we practice yoga with that makes it yoga. So I would rather see people spending 20 to 30 concentrated, present, integrated minutes on the mat and doing quality yoga versus an hour on the mat where they're thinking about what else they have to do throughout the day. So this is not meant to be your sole yoga practice, but this is a supplement, perhaps the days that you can't make it to class or that you want to home practice, or perhaps you're traveling. And I invite you today to enjoy some inward quality time with yourself. Namaste. So find your way to a comfortable position on your mat with legs loosely crossed. I like to use a blanket or a cushion to prop up my tailbone a little bit, just to get the hips a little bit higher than the knees, preferable for meditation. Let your hands rest either palms down or palms up, whatever feels good this morning, and allow your eyes to close. Take a deep cleansing breath. And as you exhale, drop your shoulders down from the ears, beginning to relax and let go. Take several deep cleansing breaths, allowing the belly, ribs, and chest to expand with each inhale and to contract with each exhale. Using your entire lung space. Allow your mind to rest on the breath, and anytime the mind wanders off the breath, gently point it back to the focal point of breath. Harnessing the mind and the mind chatter. Breathing deeply and mindfully. And give yourself permission now to come down from thinking and doing, and drop into a space of just being and just breathing. Allow your awareness to drop deep within, enjoying a few moments of stillness and silence as a counterbalance to all the busy, active, outward time we spend in our lives. Drop to that place of deep peace and inner stillness at your core. Drop into the who of who you are. The spirit, the essence, the energy of who you are. And experience yourself at that level of being. From this inward place, let us create an intention for today's session together. The intention today is to be a keen listener to your inner voice about how deeply or gently to stretch. If there's any micro movements or shifts that you can do to get you deeper into your body. Being aware of bodily sensations as the body speaks to you. So just listening to that inner voice on the mat, honoring yourself. Set that intention and come back to the breath. Now with eyes closed, slowly draw your palms together until they meet in front of your chest. And then feel the touch of the palms. Take a deep belly breath. Now begin to rub the hands together, creating some heat and energy in the palms. And once the hands feel nice and warm, place them to your face and take another deep belly breath. And allow the warmth of the hands to penetrate and relax your facial muscles. With eyes closed, begin now an intuitive massage of your face, your head, your neck, whatever feels good. Breathe deeply as you rub away the tensions and increase circulation. Being mindful, very grounding experience to massage, to let warmth of the hands relax your muscles. Cup the face again. Inhale. With eyes closed, exhale the hands back down to the knees and tune all awareness to the places you just rubbed. Feel how they have responded. Slowly allow the eyes to open. So in a moment, we're going to begin to move and stretch. So if you're using a blanket or a pillow, move it off of your mat at this time. And we're going to come into a tabletop position. So we're placing the weight equally on the hands and the knees. So look at the knees and make sure they're not together, but they're hip width and the wrists under your shoulders. Take a deep grounding breath. Make sure your weight is symmetrical. And we'll be moving into cat on a wheel. Breath in. Breath out, hips reach to the heels. Stay low to the floor. Inhale, come forward. Like a sway back horse. Tailbone is up, crown is up. Now exhale, round like a cat, chin to chest, tailbone pointing to the floor as the hips reach back. Inhale, stay low, coming forward, sway back. And exhale into the rounding again, hips reaching back. So just going at your own pace now, a few more circles. Breathing deeply and staying meditative. Let this be a meditation in motion. And perhaps one more circle. And then we're going to come into child's pose. So the next time your hips reach back, rest them on your heels, forehead to the mat. If your head doesn't quite touch the mat, you can make a pillow of hands or fists and stack your head. And you can have knees together or apart. Breathe, relax, and let go into restorative child's pose. And let the entire back side of your body melt into softness. Many of the internal organs are getting a squeeze, a press, a detox in child's pose. So breathe deeply, help that process. And then we're going to slowly come into tabletop again. Raise the seat, come into tabletop. And then have a seat with legs loosely crossed as we begin to move into the side body. Take your right elbow and palm and drop it to the mat next to your body. And shoot your left arm on a diagonal. And then look up toward the elbow or the palm and drive your left sitting bone toward the floor. To come up, use this lower palm to inhale and push up. And exhale, left palm and elbow down, right arm on a diagonal. Gazes up, involving the neck, right sitting bone toward the floor. Inhale, push up with the lower hand. Let's go again each way. Exhale, dropping right, stretching long through that side body, looking up, and feeling how very good it feels to move into your body. Inhale up. Exhale to the left, down to the elbow, right sits bone toward the floor, upper palm toward the floor. Gaze up. And come back to center. Hold the knees and close the eyes and take a deep breath. And just feel the life force energy you're moving through your body in these different postures, directing energy and increased circulation to different joints, organs, muscles. So go ahead and come down onto your back. And when you get there, hug your knees into your chest. A big deep hug, stretching out the low back. And perhaps add a little rocking if that feels good, massaging your back and your kidneys. And then lower the feet, knees are bent, and put your arms out in a T position with the palms up. Feel the rise and fall of the belly, and let the knees draw into the chest. And as you exhale, drop the feet and knees to the right. Let the feet touch the floor, and then perhaps bring your knees a little closer up to that arm, stretching more of your back. Look left. Optional, right hand could push the knees down a little deeper. Find the breath, and let your left shoulder aim toward the floor, your knees toward the floor in a diagonal twist. So remember, our intention here is to listen to the inner voice. Are there any little micro movements or shifts you can do to get deeper into your body? Arms to a T. One knee at a time, return to center. Inhale, center. And exhale, feet and knees to the left. Perhaps bring them a little closer to the arms, stretching more of your back. Look right. Optional, left hand could push down on those knees, deepening your twist. And find the breath. Right shoulder toward the mat, knees toward the mat in a diagonal direction. Breath is deep and moving. And then arms to a T, and one knee at a time, come back to center. Let's give the knees a little hug into the chest, just taking care of our backs today. Feet to the floor. Roll over onto your side and pause there for a moment. And then use the hands in front of the body to push you up to seated. This keeps pressure off the lower back. Pause here and let your blood flow redistribute. And then extend your legs out toward me. Flex the feet And scoot your hips back so you find your sitting bones beneath. If you like a little more back support, you can take your blanket or your pillow and wedge it against the tailbone. Right foot tucks to the left inner thigh. Left leg is straight and flexed. Inhale, fingers to the sky. Now don't let your shoulders rise up under the ears. They're down with the elbows and fingers extend. Breath in. And breath out with a long spine, dive forward. Grab your shin, ankle, or foot, whatever works for your body, keeping the knee straight. Use the breath, and if you sink deeper, do it on an exhale. Never compare yourself to anyone in the poses. We all look different in the postures. We have different body types. We all store tension differently. And I want you to work with where your body is today and work from that place. Extend the fingers out. Inhale up, feel the sits bones, foot is flexed, shoulders are down. And on an exhale, you come to heart center for a short pause. And switch sides, right out, left in. Flex the straight leg, engage it, find your sitting bones, and inhale up. Shoulders are down with a long spine, dive forward. Grabbing shin, ankle, or foot on this side. Chest toward thigh, crown toward foot, so you have a long spine. Now breathe to any of the challenged areas. Never going to the point of pain, but I do invite you to that place where there's a little discomfort, a little challenge that you can breathe on through. Use your micro movements to get deeper. And reach out, inhale, fingers to the sky. And exhale to the heart center, short pause. Release your legs and shake them out. We're going to come into the hips in a seated forward fold. Take your right foot in front of the left. So this time we're not crossing the ankles on top of each other, but more stacking the feet with the right foot in the front, bringing us into the right hip. Inhale. Exhale, begin to fold forward. Round the spine. Drop the head to or toward the floor. And breathe into the right hip. Now stay low and walk to your left knee and place one hand or elbow on either side and then drop that head down toward the knee. And notice as you've shifted around to your left, you feel new areas of the hip, the sacrum, the low back. Let us return to center for 2 slow breaths. And see if center feels any different this second time. Let the hands walking up to seated. Eyes are closed. Rest the hands on your knees. Sit tall and let that soak into the right hip. Now switch out the feet. Left in the front. Breath in at center. And breath out, begin to fold forward, taking us into left hip. Drop the head, do not create neck tension. Breathing into your left hip. And then stay low and walk to the right knee, one hand or elbow on either side, dropping down and feeling the new areas of your body that are speaking to you here. Breathe into the tight places, listening to the inner voice, feeling breath and sensations and how to move into your body most effectively. Go back to center for a couple of slow breaths. And let the hands walk you up to seated. Eyes are closed. Hands to the knees. Sit tall. Be aware of your posture. Find the breath. And allow all that to soak into your left hip. Slowly open the eyes. Release the legs. Shake them out after having them crossed. And let's lean back, bend the knees, and massage the hips after stretching them by pressing each hip into the floor and also getting a little lower back twist. We're going to make a transition to standing, so please take your time as you come up to standing. Make the transition mindful. Remember, it's all yoga, not just the postures, but even the transitions between. Yoga means unity, so stay united as you move. Stay present and integrated as you transition in your own way from sitting to standing. And once you are up, gaze forward, take a deep grounding breath, and simply feel the posture of standing. Now roll your shoulders. Maybe roll them backwards or forwards. Maybe shrug them up and down. Just bringing some circulation to the shoulders before we go more deeply. And then drop them from the ears. Feet about hip width apart. Cross your right arm over the left. Cross at the elbows and intertwine. Some of you may be able to grab on, others may just be here. That's okay, be where you need to be. Lower the arms and exhale, press them up. Inhale, lower, and exhale, up. One more, inhale, lowering. We exhale on the exertion up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, release, and observe right shoulder and shoulder blade. Put your left elbow over the top, cross at the elbows, intertwine, grab on, or just get as close as you can, keeping the elbows crossed. Lowering and exhaling up. Inhale, lowering. Exhaling up. One more time, inhale, lower, we move with the breath, and we exhale up. Inhale, lower, release, and observe left shoulder and shoulder blade has responded. Take a deep grounding breath. And we're going to come into a variation on triangle pose. So step wide on your mat with the toes pointing forward. Place your left hand on the floor directly under the shoulder, right hand on top. Knees are as straight as they'll go for you. Now inhale the right hand up to the ceiling. Eyes up. Breath moving. Straightening through that upper arm and fingertips like you're shooting energy through them. And then exhale, float down, and we'll switch it out. Right hand to the floor, left hand on top. Inhale up with the left, eyes up, breath moving. That upper palm is facing to your left, so we're not twisting the hand or arm. And then take it down. We're going to go again each way. Inhale up with the right, gaze is up, and feel the muscles that are working to hold you here. And then take it back down. One more time. Knees are as straight as they'll go. Sweep up with the left, gaze is up, breath is moving. And down. Grab your ankles, pull your chest like you're pulling it through the legs. Drop the head, do not lift it and create any neck tension. Some new blood flow moving to the head, the brain, the scalp, the thyroid. If this feels like too much blood flow, please roll up out of it.
Also getting a nice stretch in the backs of the legs. Hands to center, bend the knees and roll up slowly, stacking the vertebrae one at a time until you're gazing forward. And let's bring the feet slowly in together. And then we're going to do a slow flow. So if you have a blanket or pillow on your mat, go ahead and move it off. And then step forward to the very front of your mat. Then we'll do a slow flow today. Hands to the heart center. Inhaling up. Exhale to forward bend. In forward bend, you can touch your shins or the floor. But if touching the floor makes your knees bend, then go back up to the shins. Again, drop the head. Do not create any neck tension. And breathe into the backs of your legs. We're going to plank. Put your palms down. And shoot the legs back. And make sure your wrists are under your shoulders. And your chin is not tucked, nor is it hyperextended. It should be a straight line out of the spine. Squeeze through the buttocks and engage your core more. And use the breath. As we come to down dog, the fingers are wide, the hips rise up, but then they exhale toward the back of your mat. Look at the feet, make them hip width apart. Heels toward the floor. Chest toward the thighs. Ears are lined up between the arms as we stretch the entire backside of our body. Walk your feet to your hands, back to forward bend. You can touch the floor or your shins. Drop the head. And let's take a reverse dive up, fingertips to the sky. Now from here we're going into chair pose. Feet are hip width, shoulders are down from the ears. Bend the knees and sit in an imaginary chair. Heels are on the floor. Arms are high, ears are lined up between the arms. And stand up, fix your gaze on something not moving, and rise up onto the toes. And then come down. Heart center, take a deep breath. And we're going to do that again. Inhaling up. Hinge from the hips as you dive into forward bend, and then find your full expression of forward bend. It does not have to look like anybody else's. Use your micro movements. Listen to your body about how deep or gentle to be today. And make your way to a plank. Wrists under the shoulders, legs extend back, squeeze the hips, neck is an extension of the spine. Going into down dog. A little micro movement that I like to do is think about rolling my elbows and shoulders slightly inward, not outward. This gives me more strength and holding power through the upper body. Heels toward the floor, breath deep and moving. And walk the feet to the hands. Let's go to forward bend. Touching floor or shins, knees straight, drop head. A reverse dive up. Fingertips to the sky. Feet hip width as we sink into chair pose. So yoga is not just getting flexible. It's strength, it's flexibility, it's balance, working synergistically. Use deep power breaths from the belly. Send energy and oxygen to the thighs, the quadricep muscles. Stand tall. Fix your gaze on something not moving and rise up. Strengthening legs, ankles, and balance. Exhale, come down. Hands to heart center and take a deep grounding breath. So now we're going to come back down to the mat, lie on your belly, face toward me. We're going to work in Sphinx with an optional seal. So if you have any low back issues, I suggest staying at Sphinx pose, and for those who want, can work in the seal. So again, listen to your body, that's our intention today. So we're coming down to the mat, elbows under the shoulders, not the hands, but the elbows. So make sure you have a straight line from elbow to shoulder. And the hands are the same width apart, so they're not in here, they're not out here, they're directly in front of the elbows. Look at the floor in front of you, squeeze through the buttocks, and then think of a string at the center of your chest and it's pulling the chest toward the wall in front. And then another string lifts the crown and feel your low belly breathe against the mat. Keep the squeeze on the hips, chest forward, crown lifting, lengthening and strengthening your back. If this feels like enough, please stay here. Those who'd like to go on, you don't have to move the hands, just raise the elbows coming into seal. Don't let them flare out, they're in, and don't let your shoulders come up around your ears, they're down. Same press points, squeeze through the buttocks, chest forward, crown lifting, breath moving. And then come back down to Sphinx one more time. Lengthen it, engage it, find the breath. Low belly breathing against the floor. Infusing your postures with breath. Breath work is as much a part of yoga as the poses themselves. One more optional seal. Listen to your body about this. Shoulders down. A gentle squeeze through the hips. And now we're coming all the way down. Put your forehead to the mat. And then turn your face to one side and relax the arms wherever they're comfortable. Touch your big toes together and drop your heels out to the sides. This releases your lower back. Bend both knees and swish your legs right to left like windshield wipers. Wagging the tail, releasing the low back further. Straighten the legs, hands under the shoulders, forehead to the mat as you push into tabletop and into a widening child. Knees apart, big toes touch, sit on the heels and forehead to the mat. Take a few deep breaths in child's pose. That's a nice counter posture to the Sphinx and the seal. So just stay in widening child pose and let the entire backside of your body soften. Let the hands slowly walk you up to seated. If you're not comfortable sitting on your heels, alter the position. Pause, connect with the breath, and watch inwardly as your blood flow redistributes. Be that aware. Again, yoga is an awareness practice. We're going to come down onto our backs. Knees bend when you get there. And once again, give the knees a little hug into your chest. And then drop the hands and begin to circle the knees like you're drawing big circles on the ceiling, maybe 3 each way. Loosening your low back a little more before we stretch out for relaxation portion of yoga. When you're done with your circles, lower the feet, knees are bent. And then straighten the legs. And have the feet about a foot apart. The ankles release so the feet drop out to the sides. Your hands are maybe 6 to 8 inches away from your body. And then walk your shoulders down from the ears. Make sure you have a straight line from the tip of your tailbone to the crown of your head. If your low back bothers you stretched out, you may want to roll up your blanket or use a bolster under the backs of your knees to help sink your lower back into the floor. Close the eyes and allow me to talk you through a guided relaxation. Eyes are closed, attention moving to the breath. Do not change the breath. Just let the breath breathe you. You're going to notice the breath begins to slow down as your movement is slowed. That is the inner wisdom of the body at work, regulating the breath. When we get out of our own way and deeply relax, that same inner wisdom of the body recharges our tired batteries, rejuvenates and heals us on any level that we need healing, body, mind, spirit, or emotions. So permit yourself now to be in a state of non-doing, just being and just breathing. Dropping into sweet and sacred stillness. Breath is slowing down. And allow the earth to effortlessly support your weight. Whatever you weigh, you're little tiny in comparison to the earth, so let go and be supported. And then feel the pull of gravity, pulling your body further toward the earth. We can't fight gravity, just give over into that pull, let go. Earth supporting you. Becoming still and at ease, physically, mentally, emotionally. And then envision that pull of gravity extracting from you anything you don't need. Anything robbing you of peace, energy, and well-being. Let it go. Let the pull of gravity extract from you tensions, fears, worries, doubts, judgments, angers, toxins, any feelings of lack. Let all that energy robbing stuff go. Envision the pull of gravity extracting those things away from you and away from your consciousness. They go through the mat, through the building, into the earth, where they shall get recycled into a new energy, but leaving you free from those things. Freeing up your energy for better use. While you're deeply relaxed, it is easy to access your inner knowing. Ask your inner knowing, your higher self, is there anything else I would do better to release from my life at this time? And if something comes to you that's robbing you of your peace, energy, and well-being, let the pull of gravity extract whatever that is away from you, away from your consciousness. See it, feel it going through the mat, through the building, into the earth, where it gets renewed, and leaving you free now to relax completely. Go to the deepest space of relaxation available to you at this time for a few moments in silence. Envision the cells of your body now sparkling and glowing and recharged in a very balanced way from today's practice of yoga. Take that sparkle and glow with you into your day and beyond as a residual effect of yoga practice. It doesn't end at the end of class. If you pay attention into your day, you will notice the effects lingering. While you're deeply relaxed, repeat this affirmation silently to yourself and to the universe. I am healthy, well, and balanced, body, mind, and spirit, and so it is.
Come back to the breath. Deepen it slightly. Invite your toes and fingers to move and wiggle, directing energy back through your body. And slowly bend your knees. And as you feel ready, roll over onto your favorite side into a fetal position. Feel as though you have taken some good care of yourself today, spending inward quality time. With eyes closed, use the hands to press you up to a seated cross-legged posture for a brief closing. And when you come to seated, connect with the breath again as soon as possible. Check in with yourself and notice how you're doing and how you're feeling. After stretching, breathing, and relaxing mindfully, notice the effects and shifts. So often we rush on to the next thing in our day and we miss the experience we just had. So I invite you to be present. And then thank yourself for taking time for yoga practice, for self-care. And know that your body, mind, and spirit responds in a positive way to you taking care of yourself. I invite you to bring our intention into your day and being a keen listener to that inner voice. It speaks to us on its behalf, on and off the mat. When we listen to that inner voice, we live in a more harmonious, balanced way. Inner voice is always telling us when to be active, how active, when to rest, how much rest, when to eat, what to eat. When we live in harmony and in balance, right thought and right action comes more spontaneously to us. Again, thank yourself for coming to class today. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And Shanti means peace. May we experience peace in our lives and peace in our world. Namaste means I honor your inner light. Namaste. And as you feel ready, take a nice deep breath and slowly allow the eyes to open. And thank you all for taking class with me, Cathy Woods. Namaste.